boy, this video. Oh, it's been a long time coming. Yeah, yeah. This the one, the long-awaited video is finally happening. All right. So if you guys don't know, I've talked about this video a lot on Twitter. If you don't even follow me there, but basically, this was originally supposed to be a video last year, and yeah, it was supposed to be the 2022 season. I was supposed to make a video on the NBA returning. I had a video planned. I had it all recorded, playing two games that are going to be played in this video. One of them I'm playing right now. But yeah, it was supposed to. I made a video talking about the scrapped video that I regret deleting. Had the thumbnail and everything. Had the editing. Had everything, but uh, I deleted the files after like a few minutes of editing because I was annoyed by the keyboard sounds. I didn't know how to get rid of that because a lot of big YouTubers, they don't have that in their videos. But now I've just gotten used to it, and so yeah, I got pretty sad. And it turns out I could have just archived it. I could have gone to the recycling bin and get the files back, but nope. By the time I figured that out, it was already gone. Like, it had been like months. So yeah, that sucked. But yeah, the video is supposed to be, the NBA season is back. The NBA is back, so let's play it in Roblox. And yeah, I was supposed to play it because I wanted to make that video because to me it was like one of the most craziest off seasons since probably it's one of the craziest NBA seasons I've ever seen since the 2016-2017 season, honestly, because of the trades, everyone basically going to the Lakers. Like Kyle Lowry went to the Miami Heat for Dragic and Precious Achiuwa. Kemba Walker went to the Knicks. LaMarcus Aldridge returned after retiring for a few months. And DeAndre Jordan went to the Lakers. James Johnson went to the Nets. Patty Mills went to the Nets. Westbrook, Carmelo, Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore, Trevor Ariza, Kendrick Nunn. Basically just everyone going to the Lakers. Schroeder going to the Celtics. Lonzo going to the Bulls. DeRozan going to the Bulls. Oh man, it was such a great off season. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be insane. Iguodala went back to the Warriors, and I was just so hyped up for the season. And like, this is a crazy off season. I can't wait to make a video on it. So I made the video, and yeah, again, the keyboard sounds annoyed me, so I scrapped it. Well, probably my biggest regret on YouTube, because I've been doing YouTube for a year. This is probably my biggest regret on YouTube. I still think about it every single day. So yeah, it's not healthy. But yeah, now I'm making this video for the 2023 season that's coming up. Yeah. So I'm gonna play until the fourth quarter is over, and then we'll move on to the next game, and I think I'll play like a full 4 quarters or 3 quarters. Yeah, man. But the reason I'm doing it for this I'm playing it. I'm playing. The reason I'm doing it this season, all right, make a video, not to redeem myself from like, the tragedy that can never be restored. maybe if there's a heaven, I can rewatch it. I can rewatch the video that could have been, but until then, I can't forget that tragedy that was once taken from me, because I took it away myself. And yeah, this season, the 2023 season, it's the return of NBA players, whether they came out from injuries or, you know, they just weren't in a game for about a season for, I don't know, being sidelined or having neutral interests and not playing with the team. Just stuff like that. We got a lot of players returning. We got Ben Simmons, Ricky Rubio, Colin Sexton, John Wall, Bol Bol, Anthony Davis, Ja Morant, Chris Middleton, Kawhi Leonard, Zion Williamson, Jamal Murray, Damian Lillard, Michael Porter Jr., Joe Harris. James Harden has apparently cut 100 pounds. He's apparently lost 100 pounds. So maybe we'll get the old James Harden back. You know, the MVP Harden, the Rockets Harden. We're not gonna get him back, but maybe he'll be better because his weakness of non-foul calls got exposed. Uh, Lonzo Ball, hopefully, but they said that he might be out for 9 months, even though it was supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks. Like he was supposed to be ready for the season, which is unfortunate. But hopefully he's ready, and hopefully he returns this season. Kendrick Nunn, Derrick Rose, James Wiseman, Danny Green, Tim Hardaway Jr., Bradley Beal, Gordon Hayward, Markelle Fultz. He's out indefinitely, Markelle Fultz, with a leg injury. But I think he's going to return this season because he was supposed to return 6 to 8 weeks before he was out indefinitely. Paul George, the whole entire Chicago Bulls, because, oh man, I feel bad for the Bulls because last season, 2022, they were like a contender. They were a contender. They were doing really good in the regular season, but the season got ruined due to injuries and COVID protocols, health and safety protocols. Because basically, there was a point where half of their roster, half of the team, were in health and safety protocols. So that wasn't good, and it just made them almost a play-in contender. They finished as like the 6th seed, I think. So yeah, that was devastating. Matthew Dellavedova is back. Aaron Baines might return this season. I think he's gonna try to make a return after, being paralyzed. Dennis Smith Jr. is returning after, last season he only played a little bit with the Blazers. He's returning on Charlotte. Kemba Walker, I'm just gonna include him in there because the Pistons still have him on the roster, even though it was expected that they're gonna waive him. Like, that was already in talks. Like, immediately when they traded for him in draft night, like, it was already said that they were most likely gonna, like, waive him and buy out his contract. And then, hopefully, Jonathan Isaac is gonna return this season. But, again, we don't know if he is. It's been about this is gonna be the 3rd year going in without him playing. Like, he hasn't played since the bubble, which is insane. The ACL injury. Yeah, well, we all know how serious ACL injuries are when it comes to players. Like, Klay Thompson missed 2 years. Alright, now we're in this game, NBA Hoops. I played this in my my scrapped NBA video from last season. That would have been my best video. Again, I still regret not making it, like, not uploading it or taking my time to edit it more, just because of some stupid petty reason. Keyboard sounds. Because, there was some crazy stuff in the offseason. I was so excited. Carmelo to the Lakers, like, Paul Millsap on the Nets. What's Kelly Olynyk to the Pistons? It was just crazy. And there was, of course, the season got better later on. There was just great trades and great free agency and just so good. Man, it was so crazy. And I'm so pissed I didn't get it. Because there was, like, good jokes in there, too, that were, funny at the time. Like, Ben Simmons jokes. Like, I saw people passing up wide open layups and dunks. I was like, oh my god, he pulled a Ben Simmons. Back when that was still funny. So, yeah, it sucks I didn't get the video out. Oh, I just hit the side of the backboard like Paul George right there. Is that still funny? Is that still funny? Man, I'm excited for the season 2. There's some good stuff there's some, pros of that video not coming out, of that canceled NBA video not coming out, because my predictions were that the finals was gonna be the Lakers versus Nets, and boy was I wrong. Oh my god, that was just, wow. What a disappointment for both teams. Lakers, they ended up just not even making the play-in tournaments. They were the 11th seed in the West. Just truly disappointing. And then the Nets, they were in the play-in, and they made the playoffs, and they were going up against the Boston Celtics, and they got swept. Not the first game. It was like, okay, that was, it was close. It was on a game winner. The Nets would have won had Tatum not made that game-winning shot. Okay, the second game they blew a 17-point lead, and I'm like, okay, that's just bad. And then game three, what are you doing? You're down 3-0, and yeah, oh, get that out of here. Get that out of here. I blocked that. And then, yeah, it's just, oh my god, it was just so bad. They got swept in game four, even when Tatum fouled out. But, yeah. Oh my god, what is going on, man? Why am I hitting these shots? Oh, let's go. Fast break. Fast break. Fast break. Layup! But now there's some good trades that happened this season. I wouldn't say as good. Like, I wouldn't say this off season has been good as last off season. Like, there have been some, shocking trades. Kyle Anderson to the Timberwolves, Austin Rivers to the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert to the Timberwolves. I'm surprised Donovan Mitchell went to Cleveland. I was, as a Heat fan, that kind of hurt. All right, because I'm a Heat fan, so, I was kind of just, what is going on? I am on fire right now. Yeah, I was sad that we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. The Knicks were so close, apparently, to getting Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell said it himself that the Knicks was close to getting him. Wow, just truly, truly heartbreaking for Knicks fans. I mean, honestly, I knew he wasn't going to go to the Knicks. Let's be real, man. Like, same thing happened with Kyrie and KD. Like, people were saying that they were gonna go to the Knicks. No, they went to the Nets. I feel like Minnesota's gonna be better than they did before, although losing Patrick Beverley was like a big loss. I don't know how the Grizzlies are gonna do this season. I feel like they're not gonna be as good as they were last season, cause they lost Kyle Anderson, and he was a very underrated piece of the team, and he's now left them for Minnesota, who they beat in the first round last playoffs. So this is just gonna be, I don't know how it's gonna look for the Grizzlies. I felt disappointed because I was actually rooting for the Grizzlies in the Western Conference. They lost to the Warriors in 6 games, and it's kind of just disappointing, man. Like, they lost game 1. All right, it was a thriller, but they win game 2. Dylan Brooks, dirty play on Gary Payton the second. Alright, I kept trying to give Brooks the benefit of the doubt, but, like, after seeing it multiple times, like, he didn't even jump. If he jumped and looked at the ball, I would have said, okay, he was making a basketball play. But, like, that was just a dirty play. Like, he wasn't even jumping on that. That's another thing. The Warriors, I don't think they're going to win another championship. They lost Gary Payton. Gary Payton was a huge defensive piece for their team. Huge. He was awesome. I don't know why he wasn't in the dunk contest instead of Juan Toscano Anderson, but I don't know why. Yeah, it was sad. Game 3 was just a blowout, and like Ja Morant got injured and he was out for the series, and I was kind of like okay, there's so many possibilities on why he got injured. First off, you see the play with Klay Thompson. He's going for a contest, and Thompson's elbow bumps into Ja's knee. Ja fell for the pump fake. And then the second play, which is what Ja claims he got injured on, was the Jordan Poole play. Now, at first, there's like 3 different things that could have triggered it. One being Ja planting his feet, as you can kind of see. It was like a weird plant. And then you see, as Ja plants it, Jordan's knee pushes Ja's knee inward. Yeah. And then the final blow was the knee grab by Jordan Poole, grabbing the knee. He claims he was going for the ball. I mean, at first he swiped the ball, but then I don't know how you could end up like grabbing someone's knee, like mistaking that for the ball, or like think that the ball, like what did he think was gonna happen? Like it wasn't near the ball. It wasn't really near the ball. So I'm kind of confused on that. Like, a lot of people are saying, no, that he was just going for a basketball play. He's not like that. I don't know, man. It was just a weird play. I will say Desmond Bain. Yeah, as Desmond Bain's play doesn't get talked a lot. That was a dirty play by Desmond Bain, diving into Jordan Poole's knee. That was a dirty play. No one really talks about that much. Griffin's going to the Celtics. Uh, yeah. It's unfortunate stuff. Next season, hopefully no one gets injured because, well, yeah, Chet Holmgren, the rookie, the second round pick in the draft, got drafted by OKC. He got injured in a Pro-Am game, in a Drew League game. Wow. Foul. Foul. Where's the foul, man? Yeah, that was insane. He torn ligaments in his foot, out for the season while guarding LeBron. And LeBron clearly didn't want Chet to get injured on that on that fast break because he was going slow. But no. He still got injured. Torn ligaments in his foot, out for the season. Just, man, sucks. And I was also mad about not getting the NBA video out from last year because, you know, DeMarcus Cousins returned, Isaiah Thomas returned. You know, there's so much stuff happened that season, like that made me just regret not uploading that video more. it's just I'm not gonna be wanting the entire video. It's just, yeah, Gallinari's out for the season, which sucks because he was a good fit for the Celtics. But he's injured. Blake Griffin's, I guess, gonna be his replacement for now until Gallinari gets better. Blake Griffin on the Celtics is weird though. Like, I did not expect that 1-year deal with I liked him on Brooklyn. Like, I felt like that was gonna be the team he retired on. But that's just a weird. It's weird seeing him in a Celtics jersey, and especially him wearing 91. 91. It's, I don't know, man. Jeez, they're little tryhards right here. Little tryhards, bro. Bro, no. What is that? Get that out of here. Oh, what? Back to the Warriors and Grizzlies series. We go to Game 4. Now, this just pissed me off, man. The Warriors, they don't have Ja, but the Grizzlies have shown Whoa! The Grizzlies have shown experience without Ja and being good without him. All right? They were better in the regular season without Ja than with Ja. So I was like, okay, that they have a chance to tie the series up. If they go down 3-1, that's a disappointment right there because the Grizzlies number 2 in the West and you know, the Warriors number 3 in the West, and the Grizzlies. I was so happy. You know, I like the Grizzlies team. I like them. Yeah, we go to Game 4. The Warriors are shooting terrible, the worst that they've ever shot all season. All their players, they sucked at shooting that game, but Memphis somehow finds a way to choke the lead and lose, and then they go down 3-1. Now, the end of the play of Game 4 was a bit controversial. Desmond Bain was going for a rebound and gets called for an offensive foul for a push on Curry. Now, looking at it, it just looked like a flop. It looked like a flop from Curry. Like, Desmond Bain, he just puts his hands behind Curry. He didn't really push at all. And, you know, you can say, oh, Desmond Bain, he's very strong for a point guard. But, like, that, he wasn't even pushing Curry. And I was like, why didn't the Grizzlies challenge it? They had a challenge. Why didn't they challenge it? Why? Why didn't they challenge that? Because they had one challenge left, and they didn't use it. And they could have used it on that play. And then you look at the other angles, and you see that Desmond Bain steps on the foot of Curry, which is kind of why that happened. How did I miss the free throw? That was a green. Oh my god, if that missed too. Danny Green's playing for the Grizzlies. The reason why I put him in the injured list of players returning, like, what are you talking about? He played all season, and I said it because he got injured with an ACL injury in Game 6 against the Miami Heat. And I'll tell you why that was, like, important. Is, like, first of all, I know the Sixers got eliminated that game, but Danny Green got injured because Joel Embiid flopped and ended up accidentally injuring his ACL in the first quarter. And the Heat were up 20 in the fourth quarter. The Sixers actually just cut the deficit to about 9 points. So if Danny Green had not been injured and been in the game, they probably could have came back from that lead. At least I think. Last season, the Celtics, underrated, just crazy because they were the 7th seed. It was questionable if they were even going to make the playoffs. Then they got a new coach, Ume Daka, yeah. He's suspended for the entire season because he slept with a staff member. It was a consensual relationship, though. But, yeah, cheated on his wife. But, I mean, Matt Barnes is saying, like, it's deeper than it looks. But I don't see how this could be like, I don't see how that warrants a suspension. Like, that's just his personal life. It's a consensual relationship. Like, I don't see how that could, be a suspension for the entire season. That's huge for the Celtics because they made it to where they were in the finals, to the 2nd seed. They had the 1st seed at one point last season. They made it all the way there because of the coaching. Like, the change of coaching. They had Brad Stevens before, and then they switched it up. After the trade deadline, where they traded Josh Richardson and Hernan Gomez to the Spurs, and traded Schroeder to the Rockets. Schroeder's back with the Lakers, by the way, after fumbling that bag. Oh my god! What is this SpongeBob dude doing? This dude is such a tryhard. He is such a tryhard. Oh my god. Alright, wide open 3. Okay. No. Okay, nice. What is that? What is that? He pulled a KCP. Oh my god, he skidded the layup. Just to turn it into a 3, it ended up working out for him. Wow. Alright, nice pass. Finally. There's gonna be some things that I want to talk about in this video that I probably am gonna forget to mention. I remember I had, when I was talking about the trades in the off-season of 2021, 2022, I remembered I forgot to talk about something, and it's not coming back to me. Oh my god, this SpongeBob dude. This SpongeBob dude is absolutely insane. What is wrong with him? He's such a tryhard. The playoffs for Miami last year, let me tell you, it was just so sad to watch as a Heat fan. Like, Game 1, we win in a blowout. Game 2, we lose in a blowout. Game 3, we win, but Jimmy Butler gets injured for this whole second half because of knee inflammation. Peyton Pritchard, I know it's your fault. Alright, if Ja got injured because of that Jordan Poole play, you know damn well that Jimmy Butler got injured because of your play. Alright? Just be real, man. Then the next game, after the Heat being up 2-1, they lose the next 2 games in blowouts. So it's mostly just blowouts. Then Game 5, or Game 6, yeah, Game 6, the Heat win in a thriller, and Game 7 was a thriller. Oh my god. Crazy, because the Heat almost came back down 15 that game. And yeah, now that game, the Max Strus play, that's just it was a controversial call because at first, like, you see the first angle in the corner, like, you can't tell if he's out or not, or if his heel's up. Like, it's just really hard to tell. Okay, I remembered what I wanted to say about the 2022 offseason now. Justice Winslow went to the Clippers and Whiteside to the Jazz. Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Alright, glad we got that out of the way. Alright, Oh my god! What? Yeah, the game 7. Then I was like, okay, he doesn't look to be out of bounds. But then you see the other angle, and you see another angle where his foot is just flat out of bounds, and I'm like, oh god, maybe he was out of bounds. It looks like he's out of bounds. But then they show another angle in the corner, and it looks like his heel is just about up. And oh my god! It's just about up, and like, oh my god, this okay, this is just too close of a call to not call. Like, it's way too close. The play they should have been talking about was Bam Adebayo when he stepped out of bounds and made a turnaround shot. Like, he's out of bounds there. But the Lakers this season, not to mention the whole Desmond Bain thing, the Steph Curry flop. I guess you could say it's even now because Ja basically just flopped at the end of game 2. And bro, what is that? Flop. Ja Morant flopped at the end of game 2, and that basically settled the game. Down 1 as well. So, I guess you could say it's even that when Curry flopped. I mean, it was a foul, though, just because Bane stepped on his foot. But I don't think Green fouled Ja Morant. It didn't look like it. Oh, look at this alternate angle. 2022 was also the return of very popular stars. Klay Thompson finally came off his 2-year ACL injury, and Kyrie is back. Kyrie was back after months of, the vaccination thing. Yeah. The whole vaccination drama. That's what sucked about the whole Nets season. Like, I feel like the Nets have had just like bad luck for the past three seasons in a row. Like first the bubble, they are contenders, but then COVID, the bubble, and Kyrie doesn't want to play in the bubble because he doesn't want to risk getting COVID, and which is reasonable because the NBA came back during a pandemic. It was like July of 2020. It's like pandemic's not even over yet. It's like not even announced to be over. And then next season seems like the Nets are gonna win, go to the Eastern Conference Finals, beat the Bucks because they're up 2-0. But then Kyrie gets injured, and yeah, it went downhill from there. And they lost Game 7. Oh, and won. They lost Game 7, and KD missing the game winner. He played all game. If just his feet were a bit smaller, he would have been one of the best game winners in the playoffs. Oh man, that was such a good shot. We saw it live. And that was just it was crazy. This season, I don't know how the Heat are gonna do. I feel like the Heat are gonna play. I don't know if they're gonna get better because they lost PJ Tucker, and oh my god, he was good. Oh, get that out of here. PJ Tucker, he was great for our team. He was a big part of our team, and he went to the Sixers. Again, I don't know why PJ Tucker has a thing with like playing with NBA teams that he beats in like the first or second round. Like he did that in Milwaukee after he won a championship. He went to the Heat, who he beat in the first round. And then now he's going to the Sixers, who he beat in the second round. Ow! I love how the Lakers, they just have like a new generation, basically. New generation team. That they got a Pippen, they got a Bryant, they got a James, they got a Walker. They got many many legends. They got a Pippen. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I remember last offseason, people thought that Derrick Rose was gonna join the Bulls because of Lonzo and DeRozan going to the Bulls. That would have been crazy. I would have liked that. Derrick Rose to the Bulls. Now let me talk about the off season of this season. The Lakers, My God, they had a chance to trade Kyrie Irving for Russell Westbrook. They had a chance. They had a legit chance of doing this, of making it happen, of getting Kyrie to the Lakers. They were offered, they offered a trade, right? And the Nets, they counter offered with the trade of Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris for Westbrook and 2 first-round picks. And I was like, oh my God, the Lakers should take this. Oh my God, like Joe Harris, like Kyrie and Joe Harris going back being teammates with LeBron again. Because if you guys don't know, Joe Harris was actually teammates with LeBron for about a year in Cleveland. Kyrie being teammates with LeBron again. Westbrook being teammates with KD. KD was requesting a trade at the time, but he ultimately stayed with the Nets. And yeah, stayed with the Nets. That was crazy too. Like the whole KD situation. Like he's just, I can't respect him as an NBA player. I can respect him as a scorer, but I can't respect him as an NBA player. Like, first he blows a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals to the Warriors with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then he leaves the Oklahoma City Thunder for the Warriors that next season. And then he wins 2 championships in a row. And then after he loses 1 championship while he's injured, he decides to leave the Warriors for the Nets. And he also, while on Brooklyn, he vows to never return to OKC. That's just like a slap in the face. And then he requests a trade from Brooklyn, and his top destinations are the #1 seed of the East and the #1 seed of the West. He said either Miami or Phoenix, and that's just like, okay, man, that it's just because they're the #1 seed, right? And then he then says that Boston was a desirable destination. Mind you, he had just gotten swept by them in the first round. He struggled in that series too. Like, that was, yeah. Trae Young did too. I'm pissed that the Cavs didn't make it to the playoffs that season, 2022. I felt like they would have put up a better fight than the Hawks did. Like, I'm pissed that the Heat, like, losing Game 3 against the Hawks. They had a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter. You are a team, a first seed team going up against the 8th seed Atlanta Hawks, who fought against 2 teams for a play-in spot. And you're up 14 in the 4th quarter. You have a chance to, seal the series basically, because no team has ever come back down 3-0. So, and like they basically giving the Hawks a chance by blowing that lead. And yeah. Back to the Westbrook and Kyrie trade. Kyrie, the Nets offered Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris for Westbrook and 2 first-round picks. The Lakers, they decide not to take this. Oh my God, an air ball! They decide not to take this offer, right? And they say, no, we'll give you Westbrook and Talen Horton-Tucker and 2 second-round picks, I think, for Kyrie and Seth Curry. They wanted Seth Curry instead of Joe Harris. Why? Because they're greedy. I can't picture Seth Curry in a Lakers uniform. I just can't picture that. I couldn't picture it. Last season, Rondo went back to the Lakers. And oh my God, he missed the dunk. Wait, what? No! Alright, good. Laid up. Rondo went back to the Lakers. I don't know why the Lakers didn't keep Denzel Valentine. Like, because they traded Rondo for him, and then they waived Denzel Valentine. So you basically traded Rondo for nothing. Rondo was a big piece to the Lakers back in 2020. Like, I don't know why you just trade him for nothing. Trade to Cleveland, good fit. Uh, Again, pissed that the Cavs didn't make the play-in. I mean, Cavs didn't make the playoffs. They lost to the Nets, and they lost to the Hawks. If I'm Rajon Rondo after uh, the Hawks and Nets losing the playoffs in the first round, like, I would have been tweeting out, like, man, the Cavs, our team would have put up a better fight than you guys, because, like I know we lost the play-in, but you guys didn't deserve to go to the playoffs because what y'all put out there was atrocious. Trae Young, star player, Durant, star player, struggling in the series. When you fought that way to come and make it to the playoffs, just disappointing. Dang, bro. Would have tweeted out that, basically in summary, that the Hawks and the Nets, they didn't put up a fight. Like, the Cleveland Cavaliers probably would have put up a better fight against the Miami Heat or the Boston Celtics. Because, like, I don't know if the Cavs would have gotten swept against Boston. I know the Cavs would have at least forced, 5 or 6 games against Miami. Like, they would have done way better against Atlanta or against Miami. They would have done way better than Atlanta. And, yeah. Also wish the Lakers signed Sharif O'Neal, because remember that Legends, the new generation Lakers, the Bryant and Pippen. Imagine if they kept DeAndre Jordan, they would have had a Jordan on their team. Yeah, but basically, if they signed Sharif O'Neal, that would have been crazy, because they had added O'Neal to their team, and also because LeBron played with Shaq during his old days in Cleveland, and Cleveland. And LeBron is still in the NBA, and him playing with Shaq's son, that would just be insane. An insane story. So, yeah. Also, this offseason, the Kings are looking good. I gotta say that, alright? The Kings are looking alright. They have Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, Dellavedova, Kent Bazemore, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. They don't have Buddy Hield anymore. They don't have Halliburton. They don't have any of that. So, what's gonna happen? I think the missing pieces that they have, they need to make the playoffs, if they're not gonna make it this year, I think they should get Julius Randle and try to get Ben Simmons. Like, if they add those two, I feel like it's a good team that will at least be the 7th seed. Because the Kings haven't made the playoffs in 16 years. It's been so long, like longer than I've been born. Like 2 months before I was born, or a month before I was born. That's how long it's been since the Kings have made the playoffs. Yeah, it's insane. This offseason, besides the whole Lakers and the Kyrie and Westbrook trade, because that would have been good. Kyrie, Joe Harris to the Lakers reuniting with LeBron, and Westbrook reuniting with Kevin Durant. It would have been good. But I also wanted Westbrook to be traded to the Clippers. I feel like that's just a really good fit. Westbrook to the Clippers, because number one, he'd be playing with Paul George, who he's played with back in Oklahoma City. 2, he wanted to team up with Kawhi in LA with the Lakers back in 2019. And 3, he'd still be playing in his hometown, LA. So I feel like the Clippers would be a perfect fit for him. I think a trade that the Lakers would make, or a decent trade the Lakers could have gotten, like if they traded Westbrook for Nick Batum and Terrence Mann. I feel like that's a fair trade. The Lakers have a young roster, and they also get another veteran who's been in the league for a while, but he's still shown that he's like pretty good. They get Terrence Mann, who's young, shown what he can do in the 2021 playoffs. Yeah. 2021 playoffs. The Mavericks. Man, I really wanted the Mavericks to win that first round. They were up 2-0, and then they're up 3-2. And then they lose the next two games. Game 7 was a blowout. They lost. It was pretty disappointing. Surprised, though, that they won against the Phoenix Suns that badly in Game 7. Miami Heat this year, I don't know if they're going to be as good as they were before. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'll pass it. I'll pass it in. Okay. Because, like, 2020 season happened, and basically the Heat made the finals in the bubble, as I expected, like the Heat versus the Lakers. That was predicted by Stephen A. Smith and me. So I was like, okay, next season maybe they'll get better. But then they didn't. Next playoffs, the next year, they get swept in the first round by Milwaukee. I didn't think, and it's bad when I didn't even think they were going to beat Milwaukee in the first round. Because Milwaukee had been destroying them all season in regular season games. So I was like, oh god, I don't think they're going to win. But I didn't expect them to get swept. So it's kind of like how I feel now. Like, right now, is it going to be another 2021 season where they were so good before, had, championship mentality, could have, like, being a contender, and then the next year they're going to be like a first round exit. That's what I'm hoping is not going to happen, but I have a bad feeling that it might happen. Yeah. I'm just hoping it doesn't. Timberwolves, I think, is going to be a good team. Better than they were before, but again, they lost Patrick Beverley, and that was a big loss because Beverley was like a key part of the Timberwolves. So see how that goes. The Draymond Green, he wants a max extension for what? You ride the bench, bro, and you commit dirty plays. You poke people's eyes out, and I just forced another turnover. He commits dirty plays. You yell at the bench. You don't score anymore. Oh my god. Okay. Don't score anymore. You get what do you do? What do you do, Draymond? All right. Like, I feel like Draymond should be traded to the Lakers just because him and LeBron are like best friends, and also him and Pat Beverley together on the same team, that would just be like, I feel like that would be like really toxic, but I think they get along. I'm surprised Westbrook is staying with the Lakers after they got Patrick Beverley. Like, when the Lakers got Patrick Beverley, I was like, okay, Russ is definitely leaving or he's getting traded because, Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook have history, and the whole Patrick Beverley took out Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. And it was, yeah, they had a history. And then a few years later, Patrick Beverley tries to do it again. And, and yeah, I was like, okay, there's no way they're gonna get along. Like, yeah, we've seen this where, like, this isn't gonna be like Lance Stevenson and LeBron James teaming up in LA. Because, did I get blocked? Oh, I did get blocked. This isn't gonna be like Lance Stevenson and LeBron, because what Lance Stevenson did, he just blew in LeBron's ear. That's it. All right, that's literally it. All right. Beverly and Westbrook, however, is a different story. Beverly took out Russell Westbrook in a year that the Thunder could have won a championship. Westbrook gets torn meniscus, out for the rest of the playoffs. It's just, yeah. So that was unfortunate. And yeah, like, that's completely different. I'm like, this isn't gonna be like that. But apparently, Westbrook and Beverly are best friends now. I was like, what? How? That's insane. Ah, haha. And one. Airball. Airball free throw, SpongeBob. You've been getting on my nerves. Ah. Yeah, of course, I knew he was going to pull that move, but... D'Angelo Russell staying with the Timberwolves so far. I can't really see him on any other team. Maybe the Sixers, the Kings. You know, maybe they can get D'Lo if they have a chance. Oh my God! Terrible free throw. I feel like Al Horford right now. I'm gonna flinch. Oh my God! Oh my God! Come on. Yeah, let's go! I finally score. I have... Alright, free throw. I need this. Let's go. Alright, we can still come back. It's a 12-point game. Miami did it almost in Game 7. They were down 11 with about a minute to go, and they almost won the game. Jimmy rushed it. He just wanted to win it. I don't blame him. I don't know what the Blazers are gonna be like this season. They got Jeremy Grant. Damian Lillard's coming off an injury. That injury felt a little bit like unexpected. I feel like it's a non-talked about injury anymore. Like, no one talks about it. Same with Bradley Beal. Like, I didn't even notice Bradley Beal was gone. Apparently he was out for torn ligaments in his wrist. Foul! That's a foul! There's 4 guys guarding me. Let's talk about LiAngelo Ball for a second. I've been wanting the dude to succeed for so long. Like, first he gets signed with the Pistons. Well, he goes to the Lakers practice undrafted, trying to team up with his brother Lonzo. He doesn't end up making the team, and he gets signed by the Pistons. And there's like this whole billboard, "We love you, Jello," and he just arrived in Detroit. So like, all right, I'm about to see him make his debut. We see him on the bench in the preseason, but he doesn't play a game and he gets cut from the team. Well, like, you didn't even give him minutes. But like, his practice probably was pretty bad. Who cares, man? He could show what he could have done on the court with the Pistons. And that doesn't happen. Then he plays with the Charlotte Hornets Summer League team. Amazing debut. He did pretty well in the Summer League. 5 threes in his first Summer League game. Like, it was crazy. And then the Hornets signed him, but then 24 hours afterwards, they decide to cut him. They waive him, but they sign him to the G League team. So, shoot it. Oof. Sign him to the G League team, Greensboro. And then this season they decide to sign him for a preseason game, a 1-year non-guaranteed contract, and yeah, non-guaranteed, and so the preseason he has to prove himself. Like, all right, I gotta. If he wants to make a roster spot, this is his chance. He's been waiting for this for so long. Right. And then the preseason starts, his debut. I was so excited for him, but man, it was just rough, to say the least. It was a rough debut. All right. And then his second preseason game, he didn't do much. He only scored a free throw. 1 for 2 at the foul line. The second free throw, it just rolled off. That was painful. Kind of. That's not painful, but it's just really like, oh, it was so close. And then the third game, he gets benched. Then, 4th game of the preseason, he scores his first points in crunch time, and with a nice little Euro. And then his last preseason game, they didn't play him. So, everyone was like, alright, yeah, he's probably going to get cut from the team. And that's what happened. He got cut. And I was like, oh man, why? This was the worst time for him to go into a shooting slump. So most likely he's going to go back to the G League. Like, I wanted him to succeed so badly. yeah, most likely he's going back to the Hornets G League team, Greensboro, and yeah. So next season maybe he can make the NBA, the Charlotte team, but yeah, cause I saw a video. I was pretty like I pretty much gave up on LiAngelo, but then I saw this video by DKM. He basically makes videos on LiAngelo. Well, he kind of milks it, but yeah, it's a pretty well analysis, cause first he was on the summer league team, then he was on the next year he was on the G League team. Then the next year he became a preseason player, and then probably next season he's probably gonna be an NBA player. Hopefully, I don't know. I remember seeing Lonzo. I was like, oh, is Lonzo gonna choose Chicago or is Lonzo gonna choose the Bulls? Bulls or Charlotte? Because LiAngelo questioning to play with his brother LaMelo and Lonzo being a free agent, most likely gonna leave the Pelicans. And he could have chosen Charlotte to team up with his two brothers, potentially. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. He chose Chicago, and Lamelo's like, man, what the heck, man? The heck, you didn't choose Charlotte. But yeah, I was basically gonna do it. Oh my god, this is gonna take a while to edit. Hopefully, this video isn't long. I hope not. But yeah,